What if I told you a truck driver cracked the code to building a crypto empire? Meet Bitcoin Ben. He went from driving 18-wheelers to creating 6 different ways for regular people to stack Bitcoin and build wealth. This isn't just another crypto course. This is a complete ecosystem where you earn while you learn. First up, the confidential bulk purchase program. Get Bitcoin at wholesale prices through group buying power. Then there's Home to HODL. Convert your home equity directly into Bitcoin instead of cash. Need funding? The Loans for Bitcoin program gets you the capital to buy more crypto. Want passive income? Private Key Capital puts your Bitcoin to work. Hungry for something different? Bitcoin Ben's tokenized beef lets you invest in real cattle backed by blockchain technology. And if you want to mine? Bitcoin Ben's mining program gets you started with the right equipment and knowledge. But here's the kicker. Bitcoin Ben's Crypto Club pays you to learn. Earn 10% on direct referrals, 5% on second level, 2% on third level. This might be the only membership where you make more than you pay. Ben went from 10 years behind the wheel to becoming the world's most unlikely crypto expert. Now he's sharing everything through live training, community events, and proven systems that work. Ready to stop watching from the sidelines? Join Bitcoin Ben's Crypto Club today and start stacking sats while building your financial future. Your truck driving days are over. Your crypto empire starts now.
Good morning, everybody. It's your favorite truck driver in the whole wide world, ex-truck driver in the whole wide world. It's Bitcoin Ben, live from Nashville, Tennessee. As you can tell, I am broadcasting from out in the RV and not in the Nashville studio. That is because I'm lazy and I don't want to carry my laptop and everything into the club and broadcast from in there. That's really the only reason. Welcome to the show, guys. We have some amazing announcements, or we have a amazing announcement today. As of Wednesday, we have finally closed on our resort in El Salvador. It's official. It's ours. We sent the money. They signed the title. We now own the resort in El Salvador. Now, we are doing some remodeling and we are doing all that. We're setting up websites and all that. Well, the websites are almost done. They're close. And we should have this up and operational and having people in the resort January of next year, because we have some remodeling we want to do, because this is a Bitcoin themed resort. This is completely, absolutely 100% Bitcoin resort. And everything is going to revolve around Bitcoin. When you fly down there for your vacation, bring a little Bitcoin with you. Just a couple $100 that you can go out and shop in El Salvador. Because we'll have events, we'll have live music, and remember, this is all inclusive. All inclusive. That's what I'm talking about. Because we've worked so hard for a year to get this resort. I mean, we have absolutely worked our asses off, and shout out to the team in El Salvador and here in America for getting this wrapped up. It was not easy. I guess we don't realize how easy actually purchasing property, and I say easy, that's very relative, how easy it is here in America to actually purchase property. Outside of America, not so easy. All right, not so easy at all. Let's see what we got here. We got Mr. Bad Dog 369. I like the 369 part, Tesla. I was down there and was able to buy dinner with Bitcoin at Max Kaiser's restaurant. Yes. And we, of course, as the Bitcoiners, we will be making a trip there if you guys want to go to his restaurant every week. So that's one of our go out into the world and experience what the Bitcoin world will look like. That's what we're laying out. That's why we bought this resort. Here, all right, I'm going to play a little clip here and just give you a how it looks pre-remodeling show, so that you can actually, so you'll have a vision of what it looks like now and what it, well, when we remodel it, which is how it's going to be, what it looks like now, and then we'll see once we remodel what it looks like after the remodeling. Hang on one second. Let me put this through.
Un aplauso para los movimientos.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that resort is literally, well, number one, it's already orange, but I think we're going to do a little touch-upping. Oh, yeah, everyone's watching this, and I'm have people like, oh my God, and they send texts like, all right, we finally got it. And it's what we are creating in El Salvador. I have two agendas. One of them, I hope the fuck doesn't happen. But the first one, I know will happen. El Salvador, remember, we are working with the government of El Salvador with our credit union in El Salvador, all right? We, along with some of my other crypto and my Bitcoin friends, are setting up El Salvador as a, number one, as a vacation and go and hang out with your friends and actually meet all of the people, you know, like Michael Saylor and I don't know, like Max Kaiser and all of these people that you see on shows and all. Hell, once we have it remodeled, I'm going to be taking Nico down there, and me and Nico and Simply Bitcoin are going to have us some party at the resort, and those will we're only going to have probably 6 tickets available for that event at the resort, and they're not, this isn't your average event. This is like a grand opening event, and there will only be probably 6 tickets to the event for the general public, because we are going to have some officials from El Salvador there, and a lot of other influential people who will be celebrating the grand opening with us. So, and that's a week-long thing. So you're going to want to, if you want one of the 6 tickets, chalk it up. You'll be down there for a week because it's a week-long grand opening. And it's what we're setting up. Like I said, me and my friends and really the whole country, we are setting up not only a great place you and your wife and your kids or whoever can actually come down to and enjoy an environment where you're with like-minded freedom people in a tropical area and a beautiful and a Bitcoin friendly country. And don't get me wrong, they are crypto friendly too. Don't let them lie to you. Don't let them lie to you guys. We are creating the example of what America should be in El Salvador. All right. So we are setting it up. If everything goes great here in America, that's where you go to and you sit on the beach and you enjoy and you just, Bitcoin and sunshine. Second option, shit goes to hell here in America. Option number 2. This is the option I hope does not come about. It's the get the fuck out of town, get the fuck out of America. Run for it. And that's another area that we're setting up because, all right, we have this resort, right? In fact, we closed on Wednesday, right, on our resort. Wednesday evening, I sent Jay, our CEO, a text. Hey, not to pressure you or anything, but while you're down there, could you look around for another resort? And I know exactly what he thought. Mother plucker, we just closed this one. Can you give me a break? Yes, but now we know the process. Now we know all the hoops and the turns and the shit we got to do to get this done. Now we just rinse and repeat. And something else, fundamental. We purchased this resort with no bank. Peer-to-peer. No bank's involvement at all. No loan. We worked it out with the owner, and that's how things can be. That's how things can be in the new world, where if you choose, you can set up peer-to-peer property, just like Bitcoin. And what makes this resort so unbelievable is not only is it a cool resort and it's going to be a friggin' blast, but it is decentralized ownership. The resort ownership is represented with tokens. What we've wanted, what we've asked for, what we've been like, God, when's this going to happen? In El Salvador, we can do it. In El Salvador, right now, they are so pro advancement in monetary technology because they've got their asses whooped by socialism and corruption and absolutely shithead fucking governments for years. This new government, well, I say new, but they've actually been around for a while. Hey, what's going on? The Voice. I almost called you by your real name. Good morning, The Voice. How you doing, brother? Great to have you watching. It's now we own this property. It's ours, right? And the ownership is represented in tokens. So as the resort makes money, you are paid out your share of the ownership in actual Bitcoin. That's the future, guys. And just to elaborate on where I'm heading to the future, at the resort, we will have a location of our private key credit union. And we will be working with local real estate agents, or I may just launch my own real estate company in El Salvador. And that real estate company is going to focus on creating areas in El Salvador, basically neighborhoods of off-grid and decentralized houses where people who come to the resort hang out for a week. We can go out to houses where shares are available, and you can actually purchase shares of a house in El Salvador, right? Where you own a share of that house, which means because there will probably only be about 4 shareholders per house, and you'll own 3 months of that house, where you can either rent it out or you and your wife can come down there, and or if you want to leave the wife at home and just come down yourself. This is the future of the whole world, where you can own a share that's represented in a token. And once the shares are tokenized, you can get a loan against your share of the house. It's absolutely unprecedented what we can do with this. Think about that. You could own shares of a house, or even 2 houses or 3 houses or 4 houses or whatever, where we at the realist, and I know this sounds, well, I come from a remodeling and construction background. Why wouldn't I launch a construction company in El Salvador? Their regulations are nothing like America. Nothing. Why wouldn't we, as a community, why wouldn't we own a construction company if we're going to be building houses? Why wouldn't we? And that employs local El Salvadorians, who the government is all for, bringing jobs to El Salvador. Now, the thing about El Salvador that I love is it's like Bitcoin. Limited supply, mother pluckers. If you've looked, let's just put it, you can drive across El Salvador the long way in about 8 hours. Limited supply. Because on one side, you have a bunch of mountains. On the other side, you have the ocean. El Salvador, and I'm saying this now, mark my words, El Salvador will be a more popular tourist destination than Hawaii soon. Ben, however could you say that? Freedom. Anyone go to Hawaii anytime lately? Anyone seen their government? Anyone see their regulations? Anyone see their laws? Would you rather go to Hawaii and pay $9 for a fucking ice cream cone that tastes like shaved ice with a sprinkle of vanilla? Or would you like to go to El Salvador? Hang out on the beach at one of our Bitcoin resorts. And while you're down there, walk through and look at a few houses and go, you know what? I think I'll buy a third of that house. Or I think I'll buy 1 month worth of that house. Well, it'll probably be in 3. Yeah, I'll break it down in the future the closer we get. Because you can plan an income from El Salvador, because El Salvador is growing. El Salvador is the fastest growing economy in the world per capita. Let that sink in. 7 years ago, El Salvador was the murder capital of the world. They haven't had a murder in a fucking long time. You know why? Because El Presidente cleaned that shit up. It was like, the gang members have rights. Absolutely. Right to go to fucking jail. That's where they got. This is the future, guys. El Salvador is showing you the future. Now, this is something I want to roll out. This QR code right there. All right, with this new resort we just bought, I have set aside what I call public shares, where you can own 1 or 2 shares. Remember, each property has 100,000 shares. That's it. The resort has 100,000 shares. That's it. No more shares will ever be created. There will never be a share split of the resort. And I've set aside a certain amount of shares for individuals who are like, you know what? I think everything going on with actual like Bitcoin right now, I should get some. Let me see. You can actually buy shares of a physical resort. Digitized. We send you the token that shows you own a share of the 100,000 shares of that resort. You aren't fucking buying into a protocol. You are owning a share of a physical resort in El Salvador that's digitized, represented with a token. And as it's profitable and more profitable, a smart contract every quarter will send you what you earned from the resort into your private wallet perpetually. Perpetually. See, I'm thinking big, right? This is absolutely revolutionary in all of this. Because now, unlike before, where the elites were taking care of, the elites would tell you what you could own, what you could invest in. The government, you got to run it past the government, make sure it's all kosher. This is how we bring the wealth to the many. Because remember, you own a share of the resort and it's bringing in income and you're watching it go into your wallet and you're like, oh, this is nice. This is nice. Then you say, huh, I think I want to sell that share, or maybe trade that share for another share of one of the houses. This is how it all works. Peer to peer. This is the future of all of this. This is where we, the people, run the community. We, the people, own property all over the world. You think El Salvador is the only one I'm going to do? No. As more and more countries become, they look at El Salvador, they look at the growth, they look at the potential. More and more countries are going to move over to the Bitcoin standard and the crypto standard. This is like landing on a new planet, basically. We are revolutionizing the planet, peer to peer. And I've had people be like, the old system works great. Really? Because it just took me over a year to buy a resort. System's broke, folks. System's broke. And we can set it up where it's all in smart contracts. It's all in proof of ownership on a blockchain, where we can decentralize the world so everyone has opportunity. Where if you live in, let's say you live in the Middle East, you can own a few shares of resorts in El Salvador. You can own shares of a house. And this isn't like the old system where it's like, oh, I gotta go and I gotta get a what the fuck do they call them, like a timeshare or all that bullshit. No, this is a digital market. There will be exchanges that are built, this guy, where you can go and you can put your shares up as collateral and get a loan. Or you can trade your shares with other people. Or, mark my words, because the reason I say mark my words is because I'm going to create it, where you can lend out your ownership in almost like an Airbnb type of structure, except it's tokenized. And the exchange or the platform that handles the Airbnb network, they aren't going to take half your fucking profits. No, it will be an exchange fee. The platform will be a DAO where it's just an exchange fee. Boop, boop, boop. No one's running it. It's just boop, boop, boop. Because now we have AI. We have AI agents. We can hook AI into the platform to handle it all. We are reaching a point where the real world is blending with us. And we are the system that is replacing the old system. It's fundamental, all right? Fundamental that you understand what we're moving into. See, and I'm actually decentralizing everything. All of our resorts, all of our clubs, our construction company, our mining company, everything is decentralized. I've had interviews on shows where they've asked, man, Ben, why are you doing this? Why are you? Because I know the answer is decentralization. The answer to the problem that ails this world is decentralization. The poison of this world is centralization. It is necessary that we decentralize everything, because if we don't, they will centralize everything. There's no happy medium. There's no, well, let's centralize some of this, then we'll decentralize some of that. No, because if you let things centralize, we wind up where we're at right now, because the centralized entities will eat up the decentralized world. That's what's happening to fucking America right now. That's what's happening over in Europe. The centralized entity has actually gained so much power and illusion of authority that they feel they got the cojones to say, yeah, if you want to have a job, you're going to have a app for your ID that we can trace, that we can track, that we can verify that you're doing what we set up for the rules. Well, fuck you and the fucking horse you rode in on. Because I, for one, guys, this is how I see it. Either we do this or we're fucking done. Because once they set up the system, there ain't going to be an escape. Once they centralize everything, what are we going to do? Are we going to vote our way out of it? Please, please, Massa. Please, Massa. Let me have a little bit of that freedom back. All I need to know, hit of that freedom. That's all I need. Come on, Massa. Be a good Massa. Free men do not beg. Free men do not ask permission. Free women should help free men say fuck you. And this is how we tell the centralized world, go fuck yourself. We create a better system. How did America, for a little while at least, get away from its London overlords, fuck you, we're decentralizing. It works every time. You just have to have a group of people sick and tired and crazy enough to point at the old system and go, fuck off. We don't have a choice, guys. We have two end results. One of them, we're free. One of them, we're slaves. You choose. And all you have to do is participate in the new system and prosper and profit as we transition into the new system. Guys, you know how many people are going to try, mark my words, you're going to have a wall around Europe. You may have several walls in, remember the wall that they put up, East Berlin, West Berlin? They're going to have more walls. It's just going to be a digital wall. Oh, you want to hop on a flight? Can I see your digital ID? Oh, I'm sorry. You have been taken off of the travel list. And I had one guy ask, he was like, how serious are you? I said, let's put it this way. The reason I'm launching this, one of the reasons I'm launching this in El Salvador, because I will build an underground fucking railroad from America to El Salvador if I have to. Kind of hard to build an underground railroad to anywhere else. Plus, where the fuck else would you go? We need to not only resist this move towards this global utopian vision that is not utopia. If this is what utopia is going to look like, it sure in the hell resembles hell. See, a lot of people are like, oh, this is like 1984. No, this is more like Brave New World, motherfuckers. We have people choosing to be slaves. My example, New York. Well, they're not slaves. They're not slaves. We're going to give you free transportation. We're going to create grocery stores for you. And don't worry, we won't control what you can eat in that grocery store. Oh no, you'll have all the same products as all of the other freedom grocery stores. There's no way that we would only offer genetically created meat at our store. No, there's no way that we'll only offer genetically altered and newly, we've included the we've genetically manipulated the COVIX vaccine into your vegetables. So while you eat your tomato, you're getting your booster. If you don't think this is coming, you're not fucking paying attention, folks. Yeah. Hang on. I want to say one thing. Soylent Green is people. If you haven't watched Soylent Green, give that movie a watch. It is absolutely fucking nuts. And hey guys, they might not say people, but they're going to say Soylent Green is kind of like protein, not really natural protein. Oh, and watch out for the spike. We added a little extra flavor in there for you guys. Okay, thank you. Yeah. All right. I wrote something on Friday. Oh, wait, no, today is Friday. Fuck me, I'm off. All right, hang on, I gotta fix my camera. Hold still. Hand up. There we go. Okay, so I wrote something on, I think it was Monday or Tuesday. Do you know that the federal government has to recycle $550 billion worth of bonds every week? Let that sink in, folks. The Federal Treasury Department has to recycle. That means use a different credit card to pay off a credit card to the tune of $550 billion a week. Not a month, right? Not every 6 months, not a year, a week. Yes. And Japan is about to crater too. Yes, Japan, if you haven't heard, they're in a little bit of trouble. Japan's decided they are going to inject liquidity into their system. Printer go brrr. And we're not talking a little, folks. They're not going to splash a little liquidity over here and a little liquidity over here and a little. Oh, no. They're going to helicopter money this motherfucker. Because in a fiat system, whenever the ground's on fire and everything's going to hell, you don't drop water, which would actually put out the inflation fire. What do? You drop some more paper money on it. Ooh, yeah, that'll put that fire out. Oh, my boy, Rick Costa. It's for your male feminization and for increasing women's cancer rate so you can be a perpetual customer in it. Brother, you ain't wrong. Because, oh, did you hear the great news? Did you hear the good news? God, I feel like a Mormon. Did you hear the great news? We haven't cured cancer, but what we've done is we've created it where you won't die from cancer. You'll just be able to manage it with medications for the rest of your life. Just like AIDS. Isn't this great? I mean, yeah, we could actually cure cancer, and there are cures for cancer, and there are treatments that get rid of cancer that don't poison you. But we're gonna, don't worry, Big Pharma's got your back. And while we got your back, we're gonna reach in your wallet and take all your shit. I wish I could say that this was all just hyperbole. Ben, this sounds so crazy. Look around, guys. Oh, for those of you paying attention, did anyone see the little video clip that the Democrats put out? If you work for the military, or if you work for the CIA, or if you work for the FBI, or you work for any government law enforcement agency, remember, you don't have to follow unconstitutional orders. Whole line of Democrats. Yeah, you guys don't have to do what your superiors say. No, because now a lot of us Democrats and some Republicans are about to get arrested. So if they send you to arrest us, resist. This smells a whole lot like, I don't know, 1920. What the left calls the Red Scare. Guys, Trump is trying to clean house. Problem is, the liberals and the progressives, mostly the progressives and the flat-out communists and socialists, they would rather actually burn the house down than let the people have their freedom back. Absolutely. All planned. Now, see, we know of an organization called Antifa. Oh, the anti-fascist. Good for them. They're anti-fascist. Guys, this ain't the first time we've seen this group. It's the same group. But in the old days, back in like 1917, 1920, 1921-ish, they were known as Black Flag. Oh, wait a second. What's the logo for Antifa? Isn't it a black and red flag? Oh, giving a little nod to their predecessors. Guys, we're at the edge that the progressive movement and the communist and the socialist have pushed us to. All planned. The progressive movement, right? The progressive movement is absolutely an agenda. That's why it's a movement, and they're progressives because they take their time. They're slow-moving communists. That's what a progressive is. And that, my friends, that's what we're up against. Now, I have our clubs here in America. We have our credit union in El Salvador. We have our first resort that we just purchased on Wednesday, closed. It's ours. We have our first Bitcoin resort called Private Key Resort. Let me run that ad one more time for those who I can see up here who have just joined in real quick.
Bien, un aplauso para los movimientos.
We are creating the future. It's our obligation, right? It's our obligation to do this. We have to. Because if we don't, we will just roll right into the old system that looks like a new system. Meet the old, or as they say, meet the new boss, same as the old boss, just a different hat. And they have cloaked themselves and wrapped themselves in the flag of cryptos, the flag of limited freedom. Well, we have no problem with, we love Bitcoin. We absolutely love Bitcoin as long as it goes through our systems. There's a war against wallets. That's why we shaped our private key credit union. That's why we created the app like we did. So you have a banking app with a wallet that you hold the private keys to. Not us. We don't hold your private keys. We don't have your private keys. And there's several reasons for this. Because if you want to hold your friggin' Bitcoin on our app and earn interest at our credit union, if shit goes wrong, we hit one friggin' button. We call it the private key credit union kill switch. Say all hell breaks loose. We hit one switch and everyone is automatically returned their Bitcoin. Automatically. We've set up fail safes. So if shit goes crazy, because guys, let's be honest, does anyone really know where this is all going? We hope it goes good. We hope there's a peaceful transition. When was the last time that the elites let go of power peacefully? I don't know about you, but communism doesn't have a good record of working with the people who aren't communist. We have to resist and we have to build. And you have a responsibility to help create the world that we all claim we want to see. We want freedom. We want liberty. We want sovereignty. Well, if you're sitting at your house right now, or if you're at work, or if you're listening to this online, look at your life. Are you sovereign? Are you sure the area you live in is actually going to respect your personal property rights? If you live in New York, you know the answer to that fucking question, right? This is the key. This is the key. I'm telling you guys, this is how we free ourselves. Because if we don't do it, they're sure in the fuck not going to unlock the cell door and go ahead, guys, you're free. We don't need you guys. No, hell no. They do. They need us because we are the labor. We are the source of Washington's wealth. Washington used to be a literal swamp. Now it's a political swamp. And you know what it's swimming in? Your fucking money. Your grandfather's money, your dad's money, your money. And if we don't change it, it's your children's money. I'm watching up in Washington, D.C., where they're arguing about our freedoms. We have a group of individuals that are arguing over what freedoms we should actually be able to have. Well, we're going to write in the bill, you can do this, but you can't do that. They're negotiating our freedoms away, and you and I ain't in the fucking room. We have to move away from the system. That's why I'm in the Bitcoin. I work 7 days a week, probably 16 hours a day at least, to free humanity. So does my team. And we have to free humanity going through the culture door. We have to create pleasant opportunities in the new system. We have to have resorts. We have to have nice houses that you can, and we at Private Key Real Estate will have houses in our system that you can rent for a week. If you love the resort, but you want a house, we'll have houses available in the future where you can rent a house in El Salvador for a week. And renting that house will give you access to all the activities at the Private Key resorts. We have to create a system for us. Doesn't that make sense? Doesn't that make sense? Well, how do we get out of the old system? We have to build a system to actually move into. And that's what we're doing. And I don't like the idea of, hey guys, we here at Private Key Trailer Park, we have a bunch of trailers out in the middle of fucking Arizona, nowhere, and we're basically going to live like a commune. And we're all going to live in 1970s fucking trailers. That's not the world I'm going for. Okay, I've ranted long enough. Everyone, choose your future. Choose if you want to help us create this new future. Because you have to choose a system, folks. Do you think I care more about your freedom than the government does? Yeah, because I know if you're not free, it ain't going to be long until I'm not free. So if you're it, well, like I said, I set aside public shares for the general public for our resort that we just bought. We just closed on Wednesday for our resort in El Salvador. We're giving you the examples now of the new world. A resort in El Salvador that you can own a piece of, and you're paid out the profits of the resort into your private wallet with the Bitcoin. All we can do is build it, guys, and we have to build it. If you're interested in owning shares of our resort, this QR code right there will take you to the page where you can sign up to get shares of the resort. Or you can give us a call at 941-391-3882. 941-391-3882. And say, hey, I want some information on how I can get shares for this resort. I think we only have 8,000 shares available to the general public. So limited supply, folks. Okay, everyone, have a damn good day. And like I said, check out this website using this QR code, or you can give us a call at 941, I think, yep, right there, 941-391-3882. 941-391-3882. Yep. Okay, everyone, have a damn good day. And it's Friday. Somebody have a margarita for me. Love you guys. Bye-bye.
Bien, un aplauso para los miembros.
Look.